back, adventurers, to Let's Play Baldur's Gate. In the last video, we attempted to rest here at the Nashkel Inn, only to be accosted by yet another bounty hunter by the name of Nira, who sought our demise, but with the aid of our new companions, Minsk and Boo, we were able to defeat her fairly soundly, and we got some good items for it. Such as this helm here that we'll need to identify, and some chainmail, or not chainmail, split mail armor, which we actually don't need right now because Minsk, Khalid and Chihira all have split mail armor anyway, so that's fine. Something I need to mention. You may have noticed this a while back, but I made a mistake. Like in chapter 1. According to the side quest. This one here, the sword of poor Pudu the Halfling at Beregost. This text here means that I successfully initiated the quest because I spoke to him. The conversation I did correctly, which means I unlocked that side quest. It appears that I indeed killed the band of gnolls in question. There are only 3 gnolls that are meant to appear around the High Hedge. And one of them has a sword. A regular, ordinary short sword, which is actually what you would normally expect a halfling warrior to wield. I did not pick up the sword at all, and as a result, having left it behind, it is now gone forever, and thus this particular side quest is incompletable. I have no words. I completely neglected.
It will be done.
I don't know why I didn't know better, but I didn't know better.
Not a problem.
So, there that is. So there goes 500 experience and 50 gold pieces, which is very annoying, and also the...
It will be done.
Business has been poor, what with the iron shortage and all.
Still, it is a side quest though, so I didn't have to do it. Would have been nice to complete it though. This helmet that Nira had is a helm of infravision, the eyes of truth. Being a scavenger of sorts, Barbette Maelstrom had this helm created to aid her in her dungeons excursions. She would later attribute that's wrong there, her gathered wealth solely to its power, though likely it was as much her keen eyes as anything. No special arm class bonuses, but it does protect against critical hits, because it is a helmet after all. Grants the wearer infravision up to 120 feet, not usable by mages, bards or thieves. Can sell the split mail armor. Don't want to get rid of the quarterstaff or the ring of wizardry. No, we do not want to get rid of those. As well say farewell to the stud leather armor, because we don't need that. That appears to be everything at the moment.
With ease.
Let me just shut this door. As long as we're not away. And it's not letting me shut the door.
Squeaky wheel gets the kick.
With ease.
Oh well, never mind. A little bit of fresh air never hurt anyone. I believe we can actually look at these tombs here, or these graves. Here lies Andrew, The quality of his armor was not assured. Here lies John W. Looked up to see if the mine shaft to see if the cart was on the way down. It was. Lucas K. A bard of sorts with skill in rhyme and reason made the words come clear. He gladly wrote for all to hear, and therein lies the rub, my friends. He set his sights too far from end, so less is more or go unread. A lesson learned, too bad I'm dead. Interesting. Final resting place of rust. Everyone dies, it's how you live that matters. Here lies Giles. Used no net, knew no fear, made misstep, wound up here. Beast we are, this beast we become. Here lies Greg. Reader, if cash thou art in want of any, dig deep 4 feet and thou will find a penny. Dan M. Charles. Rob. Here lies the... If not, please identify and please notify the undertakers at once, because his name is Rob. There are all these other ones here as well, but we're not going to look through any of them. Just a little bit of colour and flavour, which I love.
I have things to do. One not being sitting on me duffer talking to you.
I'll be sure to tell them that. Come on guys, let's keep moving. Before we can head over to the Nashville mines, we'll need to make tracks to the Gnoll Stronghold. Rescue Dynaheir, who is Mint's companion. If we do that, then we get essentially our final party member. And this is going to be the party that I'm going to be going with the rest of this adventure. Edwin, Jahira, Khalid, and Minsk along with Dynaheir. Oh, what's this? There is a, well, we're not going to talk to you just yet. I don't like the look of you. Instead, we're going to go in here. Where lies the Belching Dragon Tavern. Which is another inn of sorts. Not really a, I don't believe it's a,
It will be done.
inn, just a regular tavern, and there is a man dressed in curiously interesting garb.
Yes, a tab. Another ale, young miss. I'll be sure to have your funds ready.
Adventurers, this is Volo, better known as Volothamp Geddarm. He has written many guides to all things magical and all things across the Forgotten Realms. But, as you can see here, he is, currently partaking in the atmosphere of the Belching Dragon. Greetings, fellow traveller, for I see by your garb that you do not call this place home. Sit with me a while and enjoy the atmosphere of this fine fair while we recount tales of lands far and far seeming. I have wandered the width and breadth of Faerun, but yet have I to find such hospitality as that of a simple country festival. It's a shame that the festivities are marred by the events as of recent, though they certainly put up a brave face, do they not? You look confused, so perhaps you know not of the local trouble that continues to vex the most gracious people of Nashville. If you have just arrived, I could, for the price of an ale and an ear, relate what I know. Shall I tell you of their mining difficulties, or relate the tale of their unfortunate commander of the guard? Volo is, in some respects, kind of like the Forgotten Realms equivalent of a journalist, in retrospect. He does collect bits and pieces of information here and there, and tells them to anyone who is willing to listen. Unfortunately, Volo has a tendency to be colourfully embellish his tales in question, and more than one irate innkeeper or customer has been known to chase them out of their fine establishment from time to time, or just in general. One thing I should mention actually is that Volo is in fact a wizard. He is in fact a mage of some particular skill. He is actually quite adept, but not as adept as he would like us to believe. My companions and I have an interest in the mines. Tell us what you know. The word is that all across the expansive Sword Coast, from the Cloud Peaks to Baldur's Gate, an ore shortage is severely crippling local trade. Bandits, perpetually both human and demi-human, raid caravans, whilst ore reaching its destination becomes brittle and useless following smelting, strangely affected by an odd iron-weakening plague. As though this were not cause for alarm in itself, production at the mine outside of Nashville has fallen, with the mysteriously lower yields being blamed on nervous workers. Substantially there, not mysterious. Mysterious is in the next sentence. Mysterious disappearances of several miners have set the whole area on edge, where something must shift the balance to one side or the other. He has told us something, well, a lot of stuff that we already gleaned for ourselves, but it's interesting to note that the bandits are both human and demi-human. So regular human bandits are teaming up with the likes of hobgoblins. That is actually rather interesting to know, and actually a really important fact. Would you consent to another tale? I also have an interest in the story of Braj, the captain of the guard. Let me finish my drink and then we can carry on through the wee hours with our tales. We'll just let him have a drink there, and then we'll talk to him again.
'Tis surprising what one can learn at a simple country fair,
Seems from his conversation that Volo has indeed been to the carnival east of Nashville, and seems to enjoy the atmosphere and the festivities quite well. Hello, my inquisitive friend. I trust you are enjoying the local colour. I wonder, have you come to hear more about my journeys? The story of the captain of the guard sounds compelling. Might I hear it? I hear that Commander Braj of the Amish Guard has been missing for some weeks now, following a strange alteration in his behavior. Where once he was a well-thought-of family man, he has turned to senseless mayhem, effecting a rampage the likes of which I have never heard. His fellow soldiers noted nothing out of sorts that could trigger such a transformation, but one notable item seems relevant. If not for the iron shortage, it would have gone unnoticed, but prior to his mad rage, the commander procured a new sword. The importance of this information I have no way of verifying. Well, that is an interesting tidbit of news there, Volo. None of the Amish Guard mentioned anything about a sword. It appears that this could possibly be the key to Braj's current dilemma. It stands to reason then that it can be no coincidence that the sword in question is in fact a cursed sword, which the Amish Guard probably thought was, well, it's clear to say that they didn't know of the curse when they bestowed it to Commander Braj as a token of his duty. An interesting story, to be sure. Well met, Volo, and good luck on your journeys. And you as well. I'm quite certain our paths will cross again. Indeed they will. Because, interestingly enough, depending on our adventures, Volo has some other useful nuggets of information. There's a man over there with a bow I've been watching for some time.
Stand away, citizen!
Oh, he's just a bouncer. He doesn't talk to
I
anyone.
have things to do. One not being sitting on me duffer talking to you.
I don't want to talk to you either.
One not being sitting on me duffer talking to you.
Yeah, as you can see, this is
I
not
got
an
some
inn.
cheap beer for ya.
Beware the woods to the west, friend, for I hear tell of ogres and madmen. So, would you like a good drink? Glass of mead will do, and maybe a dragon's breath. Business is on the wane today, what with a fair just east of town. Bartender spoke of ogres and madmen to the west of Nashkel. Might be something worth looking into. And there's the carnival. To the east. But we're done with the Belching Dragon for now. We may speak with Volo again on later matters, but not right
With
now.
ease.
Dawn approaches, so we best be heading off. And now we shall talk to you, the man on the bridge.
Go no further. I require the services of your group.
Yes, they will do nicely.
I am the wizard Edwin, and I require you. I would have you kill a witch, the witch Dynaheir. She is treacherous, but with your participation I foresee no difficulty. Would you assist? Meet Edwin Ardressian, ladies and gentlemen. Proud wizard of Red Wizard of Thay, judging by the color and style of his robes. The Thavians see themselves as superior to every other magic nation and every wizard on Faerun. Yes, this includes the legendary wizard Elminster himself. The Red Wizards of Thay are indeed this arrogant. They're also interested in seeking the lost magics of the damned nation of Netherall, who destroyed themselves and trying to harness magics beyond their reach. Some even to the point where they actually took control of the original goddess of magic, Mistral, which was ultimately the cataclysm that led to the end of the Netherese mages altogether. Edwin represents a conflict of interest for us at the moment, because he wants us to murder Dynaheir, because he sees her as a threat and as a rival. This will not go down with Minsk, and it will not go down with us. I would know the price. Well, no. Am I to kill her without knowing? Frankly, yes. It is of no concern of yours. You need but perform the act with no questions. I would know the price you offer before I take the job. The price I offer would surely be beyond measure in your meager understanding. Either take the job or not. I'll not do the deed without knowing my reward. Find another stooge. One would think that any reward is better than none. No matter, I shall seek others who know their place. Fare thee well, Edwin. We will not miss you. Though something tells me that we will end up meeting each other in the future. He is a man to be watched. Now we can cross the bridge.
Hey,
There's a man over here by the name of Nuba. It is a nice place. So, killed any monsters yet? Yes, he does have a tendency to blab and talk to us when nobody wants him to. You also see his name, Nuba, as in newbie. Fantastic. Ever been to Baldur's Gate? I've been to Baldur's Gate. I think I stepped in something. We're gonna talk to him. Everyone in town used to throw rocks at me and tell me I was annoying. Gonna talk to you as quickly as possible, because it is worth it. I haven't had a conversation this long, well, ever. That's because everyone's already run away. Short sword. Well, your colours look stupid on you too. Are you going to throw rocks at me? No, we don't indulge in child's play.
Yes?
We have bullets.
Not a problem.
But we're not going to do that, because that would be counterproductive. We just have to talk to him quite a few times, and then he'll get bored and go away. But it is worth it. I always forget how long it takes to talk to him, but he will talk to you automatically, but I'm just rushing ahead because I can't be bothered to wait that long. And neither should you. But he does actually give you experience if you complete his conversation. Quite a bit of experience. You sure are patient. I've run out of things to say. 400 experience.
I stand ready.
Very nice. So, most of us are essentially halfway to, roughly halfway to being level 3, except Khalid, who is almost level 2. But before we set apart from Nashville, there is somewhere else we need to check out. It's yet another hidden item cache. This one is actually fairly obscure to find, and I found it the first time, but it was only because stumbling upon by accident, as you do. But ultimately, because there is no highlight feature in the original Baldur's Gate, it can be very hard to find. The item in question is should be somewhere over here. At least it should be. I know it's in this field. It's definitely here. No, it's not up there. Oh, there it is. It's over there. See, I told you it was actually rather hard to find. We have a pearl, and we have some armor. Armor that we don't normally get this early on in the adventure. It's Ankig plate mail. Now, what is an Ankig? Well, it is a very nasty, chitterish insect creature that we fortunately won't meet until much later. If we were to fight a pack of them now, we would almost certainly be doomed. This plate mail has been expertly crafted for you by Taurum Furum of Baragost. Sheathed in the chitinous scales of the Ankig, it provides a greater degree of protection than traditional plate mail and is not susceptible to rust. As any world-weary adventurer will tell you, however, the best appreciated aspect of Ankig mail is its lightweight and low encumbrance. Monsters come and go, but fatigue is a common enemy. It's interesting that this is the description of the Ankig plate mail, because what you're actually meant to do is kill a bunch of Ankigs, take their hides or their shells, which, surprisingly, unlike Ankig plate mail itself, the actual Ankigs themselves are in fact super heavy. which is why you need a strong man like Minsk to help you out. You're supposed to take them to Tayrum at the smithy in Beregost, and you have to wait a while before he finally manufactures some Anke plate mail. It's an armor class 1 and it only weighs 25 pounds. Which means it is super useful for our trusty friend Minsk. There he is in glorious green armor with an armor class of 0, which is very useful. Now in order to get to the Gnoll Stronghold, we need to actually take a rather long route, because we can't cross over here. We need to go down and cross through this way. So, that's exactly what we're going to do. We also still need to be relatively on our guard. And speaking of on our guard, it's probably time
You're a queer fellow.
readied ourselves.
Can I help you?
Nature's servant away.
Yes?
There we go.
Not a problem.
So we need to go this way first. Eventually we will get Anke plate mail for Khalid and Jahira as well, which should help a lot.
Not a problem.
I'm going to ignore this area for now. We could explore it, but we have no business being here. We want to make all haste to the Gnoll Stronghold before the Gnolls decide to either eat or execute Dynaheir. So we'll just keep running along. Once we actually reach the stronghold, we'll be almost certainly putting Minsk to good use. Go through into this thicket of forests. It still takes us a long while to get there.
It will be done.
I believe we want to
I will require rest soon.
yeah, as you can see, we've walked over 20 hours.
I have a bad case of armor, chief.
I think much clearer with rest.
I've just about seen enough waking hours, slave driver.
Oh, I'm getting a little sleepy.
Well, as my party says, it's probably time we rested. So, rest we shall. And now we are all fully rested. And ready to move on. But that will be in the next episode of Let's Play Baldur's Gate. As always, adventurers, until next we meet.